Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's match day live ahead of Liverpool's Champions League game against FC Basel over there in that Switzerland. I'm joined by Steve Hall of the Big Theorists, sitting in the anarchic second chair, as we like to refer to it. Chris is over the other side of the room. We'll have Chris on Tactics War and Social Media War and all that jazz. At the minute, he's frantically just typing passwords into computers. We're joined by the Ragamuffins, the golden tonsils of the Ragamuffins, Dave Jaggs, and returning after a long hiatus, Mr. Michael Atkinson as well. So let's get stuck straight into it. Obviously, as I say, Liverpool facing off against Basel in the Champions League, first away day in time. The big question is, how's everyone feeling? Now, Steve, I've got this, the general gist I've got is that this big black cloud of doom's been hanging over my head, and that's not necessarily about this game, but just about football in general. How are you doing?
I'm nervously excited, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Listen, it's boss, but this is what we wanted.
Yeah. When
we were coming 7th and 8th and 7th, and we had all that shit going on, this is what we wanted, Champions League. Having said that, we've got it now, and it's like shit. Yeah. It's like when I moved into my house, I was desperate for a house, and then I got it and I thought, oh crap, I've got a house.
I've got a fucking house.
Them dishes aren't doing themselves. That's what it was like, mate. So, yeah, it's, I'm nervous because I hate the European aways in terms of results. Obviously, the event's great, but yeah. Nervously excited I go for.
Dave, how are you feeling then? Do you share that sort of nervous apprehension?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time before an opening Euro away was the Fiorentina game in 2009, and we went over there thinking, oh, we're going to do these. It's Benitez.
We're going to show you what a good team we are. He's going to shine for us.
Exactly, and then
he's done Nazi recently, isn't he?
Yeah. And you know, so I think there's a bit more kind of caution this time, but I don't know whether there should be. I think, okay, we're not playing anywhere near at the level we can play, but I think they'll come on to us over there.
Whoa, sexy.
I know, well, that's the Swiss for you, that's the Swiss for you. There's going to be no neutrality for the Swiss this evening.
No Swiss neutrality tonight.
Yeah, there you go, it's the first point.
There we go.
Tick that up.
Basically,
tick that off the list.
After researching Basel and Basel-related puns. We're going to go over to Chris with the team news in a moment, but Mike, yeah, I mean, it's just, for me, everything's fine, life is good, apart from the fact that it's not, because Liverpool just aren't in good form, and it's amazing how much it weighs on your sort of soul, doesn't it, on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I've not let the doom and gloom envelop me yet. It's kind of keeping that black cloud just kind of here at the moment, but it's coming, and I can feel it coming, and I'm hoping that tonight we're going to start to push it away again. Yeah. And also I need to stop seeing Phil Jagielka's goal every time I close my eyes, because every time I want to shut my eyes I just see that ball nestling in the top corner.
Yeah,
I need something new.
It was kill or cure for me this morning. I made a point of watching it just to see our coach, because I've not watched it since being there, like, so it didn't work too well. Right, Chris, you've got the teams. Everyone on social media will probably know these already, but let's have a little bit of a closer look. We've got a spanking graphic, and Chris is going to talk us through. Christoph?
Yeah, of course. Well, we've got the team.
Sorry, like that. Just do Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, of course. It's a big game for Gerrard tonight, actually, but we've got the team and we've set up a couple of formations that it could go in. Yeah. So we've got obviously Mignolet in goal, Manquillo right back, Skirtle, Lovren centre backs, Enrique's the surprise package at left back. Yeah. I'd put it as Hendo and Gerrard. Defensive midfield together with Markovic, Sterling, Coutinho playing as a 3 behind Super Mario Balotelli. Alternatively, do you want to go to Paul quickly while I just change this?
Let's cut back to me while I hastily prepared graphics transition. I'm back to Chris.
Yeah, baby! Okay, so we've got exactly the same back four, but we've gone 4-3-3 this time with Henderson, Gerrard and Coutinho as the central midfielders, with Markovic on the right, Sterling on the left, and again Balotelli up top. I think this formation's the one that
Sterling
excites me.
Sterling just tucked in on the left there?
Well, I was hastily preparing the graphic, Paul, so fuck you. Basically,
he didn't have time to write Urson on the end of Hendo.
No, get it over here. I don't like that. I like everything uniform, do you know what I mean? But I think the important thing is, if we do go in this formation, is that Markovic and Sterling, and I'm going to get out the double decker again, have to go past Mario Balotelli for him to perform.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. We've discussed this at length, haven't we, Chris? How the way Liverpool line up, we were saying whether we'd go with two up top, maybe it was a game for Barini or whatever. Yeah. Whereas you're right, I can see it. I can see the potential fluidity in there. But you're right, Mario Balotelli is fine as a sort of target man, but we're not getting enough bodies in and around him to cause enough problems, and we started to do that a bit more against Everton, but we need to be even better tonight.
Well, that's it. The only time for me that Balotelli's looked any danger whatsoever is when people are running past him. You know, when he's holding the ball up and he can pass it left or he can pass it right, and it's so important for us to do that because we've just not done it enough so far this season. Do you know what I mean?
Big enough for Markovic again.
Yeah, surprising. We thought he was suspended, didn't we?
Yeah.
Cheers, Dan Kennett. By the way. Yeah. Cheers, Dan Kennett. But yeah, I thought Lallana was nailed on to play.
I absolutely thought.
But I think with those formations, I think it'll be the second one. I think it'll be the 4-3-3 rather than the 4.
I think it'll be 5-man midfield. I think that's the go-to formation away from home in Europe, isn't it? And I think if you
it is in general, but whether it's for Brendan Rodgers,
I think he's silly not to do anything.
I would be amazed if he left Balotelli that isolated on his own up front. It would be, like I say, he's almost redundant because he's holding the ball up for no one. So I think it'd be the 3. And like I say, I thought,
look, let's be fair.
It'll be a 5 when we haven't got the ball.
But to be fair though, if this was Rafa Benitez in charge, I think Balotelli would be like that, and you just deal with it on the counter or whatever. I'm just not so sure. Well, can we do it? Of course we can do it. Of course we can do it. Brendan Rodgers is not stupid. He can try things out, can't he? Is it practice though?
Yeah. Well,
no.
I think we're gonna need to score. Basically, we can't go over there and play for a 0-0 and hope to nick something. I think we've got to go there with an attacking mindset, and I think. Yeah.
But we haven't got a defensive mindset.
Well, because we don't have a defensive mindset.
We don't do defending, so we're going to have to attack.
It's overrated defending.
No, defending.
So 90.
Defending's for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a real game.
Defending is so naughty.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes. It's far too Mourinho for my
exactly.
But I noticed he's put a lot of his Champions League experience played out as well.
Yes.
Obviously Balotelli's on the pitch. You've got obviously Lovren's there.
Yeah.
Gerrard was always going to play, wasn't he? Really. So I'm not surprised. There's a bit of nous, and then there's a bit of a youth excitement as well. Obviously Markovic won the Europa League, didn't he? Oh, was a finalist.
Finalist.
They got beat.
Moreno was won it. Markovic got sent off, didn't he? I think that's right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of European experience. The bench, I know you're going to get to it a bit.
We're going to come over to Chris momentarily.
It's not the greatest bench you've ever seen. It doesn't look like. I think if you're chasing the game, I'm not sure there's that.
I'm happy with that bench.
I'm not sure there's goals on it, Chris. To be honest, I think.
No, there's no goals on it.
The
goals are on the pitch and then it's shut up shop.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. That's why I think if we play for 0-0, we're in trouble because
that's worrying when there's 2 strikers on the bench. There's no goals on it.
Absolutely, yeah. Chris, do you want to just talk us through the Liverpool subs for tonight then?
Yeah, of course. We've got Brad Jones in goal, the man with the beautiful hair. Not quite as good as Dan Kennett's, but it's still good. Colo Torre, Alberto Moreno, Lucas Leiva, Adam Lallana, Fabio Barini and Ricky Lambert.
Ricky Lambert. To give it the French pronunciation.
Lamberto to give it Brazilian.
I'm pleased that you've gone with Leiva there. Just
surname, innit?
Yeah.
No, I'm a stickler.
I think I'm amazed almost that Lallana isn't starting this game as we've already mentioned. I mean, Mike, what do you think of that? I think Steve's right. There's no goals on there. On paper in reality, but. Theoretically, I'm not that bothered about having like Barini. I think Barini could well have goals, in Europe certainly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And even Lambert, if we'll come on to talk about him a bit in a while, but like Marco Strela for them is a Lambert. You know what I mean? He's that type. I think he's that type of sort of player, and he's not shy of a goal or two, is he? It could be worse, is what I'm saying.
The bench is what it is, isn't it? They're the players we've got, with the only exception of maybe Suso.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought he'd have been on it.
I don't get it. I mean, Dave, where do you sit on the fence or either side of said fence when it comes to Suso?
Well, he comes on the other day, he scores. What else can he do? What else can he do in that game?
He made a shot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He'll shoot.
Yeah.
Markovic clearly doesn't like shooting, does he?
His chance to leave has gone, really, hasn't it? So he's with us. So if he's with us, why isn't he being used? Because it feels like he's kind of wasting away, and you think he's a talent. Okay, he's not Because obviously Rodgers...
He's not like a terminal.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But he's only a professional footballer.
It's not like the picture of Aspaz when he got his medical at Seville and he's on the bench, and he's on the treatment table like this, and you're thinking, he does not look well.
Emotionally scarred.
I thought Suso would be on there at the Barini, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, look, we've said this.
But it's split hairs, isn't it?
We've said this, and I mean, Mike, the thing about Suso, I think every opportunity's been handed from pre-season to the other week when he gets his goal. I think he's doing fine. Yeah. He's done fine, you know. He's not necessarily like set the world alight, but he's been given opportunities, and he's done as well as anyone who's been given those opportunities. You know, he scored a couple of goals in pre-season when given the chance, a couple of crackers, and he got the goal against Borough the other week as well. Important goal. Why isn't he being considered?
I don't know. For me, I mean, and you know, I'm not his biggest fan or never have been, but I think he needs to be on the bench because he proved the other night he can come on and actually make a difference. I don't think he's ever going to get into the starting lineup because for me, he doesn't work hard enough to play in a Rodgers team.
He's not quick.
You'd end up carrying. He's not quick enough. You'd end up carrying him. But as an impact player off the bench
in Europe,
which is what it's silly not to have him there. But I think having Barini on there I would have left Lambert out, to be honest with you, if you were going to do that. Yeah. Because at least Barini's played in continental football, he's played for Roma, hasn't he? He's played international football for Italy, he knows, and he's different. Yeah. Whereas you bring Lambert on, it's just the same as having Balotelli, but just not as good.
Unless he feels that type of player is pivotal to the way he wants to play, which it doesn't really look like so far. We'll go to Chris in a moment for some of your comments, but do let us know your thoughts on Suso. Tweet us at the Redmen TV or in the comments next to the YouTube video as well. Why not Suso? You know, what does he have to do to get a game under Brendan Rodgers? Is he simply just not? Is he just not good enough? Does Brendan Rodgers just not like the cut of his jib? Chris, are you ready?
Not quite, Paul.
Not quite.
If you look at the Derby game the other day, you could probably say I mean, Enrique, that's a ball from, I don't know where that's come from. There's obviously a reason, whether it's fitness. Obviously, you've got to rotate your squad, fair enough, I understand. But I'm highly surprised to see Markovic. Yeah. Really, I'm surprised to see him because he didn't do anything. He didn't do nothing.
He's done nothing at all. Yeah.
But again, I understand.
But we've paid £20 million for him.
I understand.
Is he trying to play him into form though?
Yeah.
That's the only thing he can be doing.
Well, I was going to say the only thing I can think with Lallana is before we played Southampton, when I saw all the kind of the fan comparisons, a lot of Southampton fans were saying that he is made of glass in the long term, and they were saying that he'll miss a lot of games in a season through injury. And so if Rodgers thinks, you know what, he's only come back for an injury, he's starting to get into form, we don't want to be putting him on for 3 games in a week.
I suppose that's a good.
There's another interesting point on that with Lallana as well, is that for Southampton he rarely played past 70 minutes. Yeah. He always got the hook, and if you think about it, he played the full game against Middlesbrough all the way through the marathon penalty shootout, and he played the full game at the weekend as well. Yeah.
I just think there's too many of our attacking players there who aren't in form. Yeah. I think Coutinho's out of form, Markovic is out of form, Balotelli's been I've seen people raving saying he's been brilliant, and some saying he's been crap. I think he's been somewhere in the middle. He's divided a bit. And Sterling's great. Sterling. So there's question marks over 3 of your 4, and yet Lallana, who's been probably our best player in the last 2 games, I would say.
It does feel like an uncomfortable fit so far. We're going to go to Chris for the comment in a moment. Just what I need to highlight for you is the FBA's, the Football Blogging Awards for 2014. Now, we won it last year. Dave, just behind your head, do you want to just grab that for us, the little glass thing? There we go. Mr. Jags will give you a little look at what that on here for us. There we go. We'll wait till Shai gets on the case. Come on. Basically we're in it again. Arsenal Fan TV are probably going to win this year, but we need to stop them, and we need to stop full-time Devils. So go and give them. Because we've got to tell you back as well. So go and vote for us via the media, Twitter. You can do it via Facebook and all kinds, but it's simplest via Twitter. We've got a wonderful graphic up on the screen. Literally, just copy what that says there, and then tweet it out using your own Twitter account. And go from there, basically. Piece of piss. We want to be back there. We want to win it twice on the bounce.
You vote for TBT while you're there?
Yeah, vote for TBT to do what?
In 3 categories, isn't it?
Yeah, which ones?
I think it's
well researched.
podcast.
Yeah.
blog and young, because I think the age of Harry makes us eligible for...
Because Harry's
12, yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's mad that I'm like nearly 27 now, and I'm considered for young, right? But fuck it, they're the rules. I didn't make them. I just want to do. So, yeah.
We can't go in for young, unfortunately. But no, we can go for best video blog. We want to win it again. We want to stop the Manx and stop Arsenal winning. So do both for us. Go and do it. In fact, while you're there, got Twitter open. Go and do it now.
It's travesty if you don't win, Paul.
I think we've left it late, but this is why we need a proper push, and the concerted effort needs to do it. I wasn't going to enter it because I don't like to enter things that we not win. Yeah. Even though I'm not generally competitive person, I am secretly like, well, this is it. I get enough of it.
But also, fellas, he's banking on fourth, isn't he? He'll take fourth, and he'll be happy with fourth.
Anyway, right, Chris, how you doing? You got some comments for us,
Yeah, we've
please?
got some topical. Douglas Duga. Lallana has been hard done by, not Suso. Suso deserves a chance, and then another one. Suso should have at least made the bench.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, lads?
Well, yeah, I think we've said, haven't we? I think pretty much in agreement there. Although saying that, who does he come in? Who does he go on the bench for? Barini.
Well, for me, the manager thought Barini wasn't good enough to play for Liverpool because he was trying to flog him to anyone who had him.
Yeah, but he was game changing. I thought in the Ludogorets game.
Yeah, he's whatever happens, he's got movement. He'll pull players
something
wide.
Different because the other striking option is Lambert. Yeah. And if you bring him on with Balotelli, even if you're going to go for a 2, it's just pointless, isn't it?
I suppose, yeah. I just think if a manager thinks that he's not good enough to play for Liverpool, then is he good enough to be on Liverpool's bench?
Didn't think Hendo was good enough to play for Liverpool?
No, again, and Hendo...
But this is the thing, so what it screams to me is training. Who's impressing in training and who's not. Yeah. And Suso simply can't be doing enough in training.
Are we going to do the whole Sakho thing, or are we going to give that a miss? Or what?
Oh, you know what, I haven't even planned on, but you know what, let's do Sakho in a minute.
I think we're staying in agreement on this one.
Yeah. So, it's absolute... It's
in a minute, Steve.
It's crazy.
Chris has got his hand up.
Yeah, we've got Twitter, Paul Lennon. Suso strikes me as someone who could be a David Silva type in 3 to 5 years if he gets the chance and puts the effort in.
I think that's key.
It's that last bit.
Yeah, the latter, not the former. And to be honest, I think we were saying the David Silva thing for years, weren't we? And I think people forget that David Silva's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he is like brilliant, isn't he? And Suso's good, but I'm not sure he's
finally shook off the Danny Pacheco mantle though, because he scored for the first team.
Yes, yes. So he's taking a positive step in the right direction.
Who's in between Pacheco and Silva on the number 10 rating? That's where he is at the moment.
But to be fair, he went and had a good loan spell at a decent level, as opposed to Pacheco who would go to lower levels and be... I mean, I know the Norwich fans love him to bits, don't they? But you know, I think Pacheco fans this level...
Sorry, Norwich. They're shit.
Chris?
Yeah, we're going back over to Twitter now. Basically, everyone's voted for us. Thank you very much to Paul, Jason, James, Paul, Harry, Tom. Can't pronounce it. Amrit. And Ryan as well. Yeah. Thank you very much for your votes. Keep them coming in. And don't forget to tweet us your thoughts at the Redmen TV with regards to the Basel game as well. Basel game, you decide.
Basel. Go on, Dave. Basel.
I'll say Basel.
Brush.
Basil Brush, Basil Faulty, you got it all.
Right, sounds okay. It was quite an interesting thing. I think the Ludogorets was quite a stark reminder for me, Mike, that the Champions League, I've forgotten this about the Champions League, because the last time we were in it, the last time we were in it, we were shit, but in general, the last spell in which we were in it, we were a pretty good side, and we had a very good, good pedigree, European quality manager. I'd forgotten, because we've been in the Europa League a bit too much, that like the shit teams, the harsh reality of the Champions League is there are actually no genuinely shit teams in the competition.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I think it was Ludogorets. Last season they beat Lazio, didn't they? And they beat PSV as well. And they beat Steaua Bucharest to get through to play us. So by no means no pushovers. The champions of their country, and that's what you forget. You kind of become dumbed down by the Europa League, don't you? Because you're playing against 6th, 7th best teams in random places, like whoever's going to be playing tomorrow.
Yeah. Whereas I suppose it's albeit, okay, no one's going to be playing the Bulgarian league and the Swiss league on FIFA this season per se. But the simple fact of the matter is, at that level, David, it is what it is. It's the Champions League. You've got the champions of these countries coming in.
Well, you think about how difficult we found it to get back into the Champions League when we'd finished 3rd and 4th, to play the qualifiers. There was a standard Liège one I think it's
penalty.
Reina saved the penalty over there.
Couch scored, didn't she?
Couch scored the last minute one. Even the Maccabi Haifa game, that wasn't an easy run for us. So, you know, it's not an easy competition to get into.
I think
and they're teams that are now making it into the group stages because of the reorganisation.
I made the point on the last show, and I repeat myself a bit, but winning's a habit, and they just win. They just win games, and even these crap teams. I watched a bit of highlights Champions League this morning. Is it Apoel from Cyprus? Drew against Ajax, was it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that. They're a good team because they just look like they know what to do and they know how to win. And winning's hard in any football game. I mean, we've been to Mansfield away and was it 2-1 because of a Suarez handball? I mean, winning football games isn't easy, and if you're used to doing it and you just know what to do, it can be hard. And Ludwig Gretz, to be fair to them, I mean, I'd never even heard of them, and I mean, I watched you guys when we drew them. I can go on then. We all thought, getting that's what you want. We'd have picked them, and they're a good team. Yeah. Because they win, and that's why
they'll pick points up in this group.
Yeah. And I'm going for Basel.
In fact, there we go. I'll pose a question. If you're watching at home, which pronunciation are you going with? Basel or Basel? Let us know in the comments.
I'm in the middle. I want to go Basel.
Basel. I like Basel, yeah.
Just because it's a
Basel.
Basel or Basel.
But anyway,
let us know in the comments. Carry on, Steve.
They just win all the time. Yeah. That's what I do.
You get five leagues on the bounce.
Well, this is exactly it, isn't it? You're dead right there. In fact, let's have a little closer look while we're at it. Let's come over to Basel. As you say, as Dave rightly points out there, the current Swiss champions, they've won 5 on the spin. They beat Chelsea twice last season, 1-0 at home and 2-1 away at the Bridge, but didn't make it out of the group, which is quite interesting. They finished 3rd behind Chelsea and Schalke and above Star Bucharest, and 1-2, drawn 2. Lost 2 with a goal difference of +1. He scored 5 goals in the group stages, which technically bodes well, although we'll come on to that in a minute.
I read before the last game of the weekend, he'd played 9-1-9 with a goal difference of +9. So it makes you think they're not prolific.
I don't think
they've lost competitions.
Yeah, that's right.
In the league, they've won 7.
Played 10, drawn 1, lost 2.
Yeah.
So, and I think it was all. And I think if a goal difference was 9 out of 10. So I don't think they score.
They're not scoring.
They're not a prolific goal scoring team.
But then they're playing against our defence.
That makes a good point. Ones to watch, Marco Strella, who's 6'5", which has just got Skirtle terror written all over it, hasn't it? Walter Samuel, great to see. It could be great to see him. Like, I
don't think he's even playing though.
Is he not? Has anyone got the?
He's not in the.
Don't ask me to pronounce the names, but I have got them here. But you're messing, aren't you?
You shouldn't have offered it.
I haven't. Yeah, you read them.
Go on, I'll read it.
Thomas Vaclik
in goal.
Vaclik's in goal. Shaka, Sushi, Shah, Safari. Fry, El Neni, yeah. Hamoudi, he scored the other week actually against Liverpool.
I know Stella's the number 9 and he Stella's the striker.
So yeah, well, okay, then it would have been nice to see Walter Samuel. It also would have been nice if someone had highlighted to me the fucking Basel team before we started talking about this. No Philip Deggan.
Devote.
Absolutely. I had a real bad feeling when I was reminded that he played for them, that he was going to somehow come back to absolutely haunt us because we just gave him so much shit.
He was terrible.
He deserved so much
shit. One of the most awful players ever signed by Liverpool Football Club. Chris, have you got any?
Yeah, we've got a definitive answer on the Basel. Apparently it's definitely Basel or Bar by Richard Baird. There you go. Cheers, input. Thanks, mate.
Thanks for that. Right, can we have some phonetic spellings, please, in the for your decision on it?
Basel.
Right, 2-1 to Liverpool, Markovic and Sterling. That's interesting.
That is an interesting shout indeed.
Don't forget to send your photos of where you're watching this as well.
Oh yeah. As ever, we're interested to know where you're watching the live show from. So tweet us.
Do you want someone?
Go ahead. By all means.
You got a selfie stick there, Sting?
Sorry,
selfie stick there.
Just happy to see you, mate.
Tweet us a picture of where you're watching the live stream. So tweet that. Chris will show some up as well on the screen. Always interested to know where you're soaking up the atmosphere from today. Dave, we mentioned it briefly before. Again, you're our now resident Basel expert. Are they a team in transition?
Yes.
Why?
They've lost a lot of players in the last couple of years. Obviously, we know that Salah has gone to Chelsea.
Yeah.
When it comes to Chelsea's bench.
Yeah, he's gone to Chelsea's bench.
Yeah.
Shaqiri obviously went to Munich the other year. And obviously they were two big players, but previously they'd lost Granit Xhaka, who was a rock in their midfield.
Loads of stuff this
Sorry, I had to get that. So they lost him previously. His brother's in the team tonight. I think he's an Albanian tonight. But they've also lost two of the Swiss internationals from the World Cup, who've gone to German football as well.
Do you know any of this stuff?
So
yeah.
So they've brought in a lot of players, and they've brought in quite a few attacking midfielders from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And so it's going to take time. Well, I'd say it'd take time for them to gel, but having won 7 out of 10, they're obviously doing all right.
At the top of the Swiss Super League, like go over to Chris. Well, thanks Steve for sending in his selfie of where he's watching the show. There we go. You just I bet a Sky doing this shit. No,
because they've got stuff to talk about.
With fucking reason. It's interesting, Mike, because again, this is a point highlighted to me by Dave's exceptional pre-match notes, and it goes with the transition kind of thing. Is Paulo Sousa is the kind of guy who likes to play. You know, he wants to play football. That they maybe negating the things that they were doing well in a European sense last season. They might actually come up against a team that wants to actually come out and beat Liverpool.
Yeah, I think you saw that in the first game when they played Real Madrid. I was watching the highlights back, although they were playing against Real Madrid's ridiculous attack. They still wanted to come and play football, and even when they were 4-1 down or whatever else, they still were trying to score goals. They didn't go for damage limitation. I think with Paulo Sousa as well, comes from the Swansea school, doesn't he? I suppose he took over from Martinez in between Rodgers taking over, so he's got that kind of mentality anyway.
He's actually, I think I'm right thinking he's really, really hated by Swansea. I remember Matt Harrison going on about him, saying how much he doesn't
I think he just bought them all off. Just bought them all off.
But it'd be interesting to see, because he's basically said as the head of the game that he wants to basically have a go at Liverpool. They think they've got a good chance, and I suppose they're right too.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Listen, mate, if the shoe was on the other foot, and we were going into it against a team who played like we played in the last few weeks, excuse me, then of course you fancy your chances, because
just a little bit mini sick there.
I wasn't bad.
I just talking about the way we played in the last couple of weeks.
I thought I'd covered it well.
You should excuse me and then pause for 30 seconds.
Sorry, if they watched the derby, you'll know that we didn't create a lot.
Yeah.
The Borough game obviously was the reserve, but it was just pathetic, wasn't it? The West Ham game, the Villa game, it wasn't good. So if I was playing a team who'd played like that in 4 games, I'd be thinking we can get at these, and there's obvious weaknesses in the team. Again, mainly a centre half and defensive midfield. So we can be got at, and I don't think they will be. I think without Daniel Sturridge, we're a whole different team up front. We've become a bit predictable.
Yeah.
I think there's
Joe Allen as well.
Yeah, there's no.
It's funny, isn't it, Mike? Sorry, Joe Allen's a weird one, and is it? I'm starting to wonder whether it's a case of, is it like Jose Enrique in that as absence bred fondness when it comes to Joe Allen? Has he gotten better in our memories, or is he that important?
I think he's important because you don't notice him. I know that sounds, but you don't notice the way he does on the pitch. He keeps things moving, keeps things ticking along, and he's integral to that kind of style.
He'd have played today.
The last time we won convincingly was Tottenham. The last time we won was Tottenham away when he played with Sturridge as well, and him in that midfield with Endo and Gerrard it's vital.
Yeah. The other thing, that's obviously that's probably the last team we played who really had a go at us. I mean, West Ham attacked us, but it wasn't in the same way. And we were awful as well.
They just went after the fullbacks, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just with the long diagonal. That's what they did.
I'm glad to see it. It is a great test of character when Keogh actually having been hooked in that game to actually come back.
Oh, great in the derby, mate. Spot on in the derby.
Chris, have you got some people?
Yeah, we've got some photos actually. Rich Roby at Mr. DeLorean watching from a fucking waiting line longer than a donkey's dick. And that, by the looks of it, is the Royal Shrewsbury Hospital outpatient department.
Okay.
So there you go, that's probably the most random we'll get so far.
Feel better, mate.
4:15 AM in Australia.
That's us.
Tay's just taking a selfie of me. Lewis Edwards, being a lazy bastard and watching it on my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah! There you go. At least he's got boxes on. That's my toe at the bottom.
Has he got a full kit in?
There you go.
No, we don't want to see that. No, God.
And James Francis loving the stream. He's got his face in. He's got a selfie with the screen. He's not watching. No, we're not happy with that.
Turn around.
You're not watching. Turn around.
He's got a selfie of me taking a selfie. What's that?
Harry H. They all couldn't be bolder. There you go. And Ryan watching from my nan's kitchen.
That'll be
at Liverpool.
Yeah, that'll be the aforementioned 12-year-old Harry Hugo tweeting in there, won't it? We love you really, Harry.
No, we don't.
Yeah, working late. Yeah, good. Keep them coming in. Keep your pictures coming in and where you're watching it from. Please be careful, because I want to make sure that you're actually checking these out first. I don't want you to open any pictures for just bull ends. You know what I mean? So let's be careful with that.
It's like that film Into the Void. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my word.
Nobody.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
If you've seen the film Enter the Void, let us know in the comments and just leave it at that. Chris has told me about it 5 times because it's scarred him so badly. Anyway, Liverpool are playing FC Basel in the Champions League. Indie films aside, let's get back to the football. If you just joined us, welcome to Match Day Live. We've been going since about 10 to 7. We're going to be here all the way to the kickoff, and then we're going to be back at half-time for half-time live as well. So don't forget to tune in for that. We're going to do another push for the FBAs in a moment, but I want to talk a little bit about Steven Gerrard in the here and now. Steve, he's coming for some criticism so far this season. He hit back at his cricket. Jiminy's fucked. Basically, he's knocked 7 shades of shite out of him. Like Pinocchio is rudderless in his life. He's hit back at his critics after the free kick in the derby. What have you made of Steven Gerrard so far?
Teams have cottoned on that he's the metronome of the team. They just stuck someone on him. And he adapted last time to play in this role, and he done pretty well at the end of last season. Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to adapt again, because I was amazed Everton didn't do it. I couldn't believe he didn't do it. But teams are gonna just stick someone on him. Yeah. And then, I like to say, all he's doing then is passing to Lovren, and Lovren's playing long ball. So he becomes almost redundant. So he's gonna have to learn. He's gonna have to shake them off. Whether it means getting further, just walking further up the pitch.
Is that why you think he's put Henderson next to him?
So Henderson can do that. Henderson can do his role, and Gerrard can push on.
It might be. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I just think he needs to do something different. If they're going to mark him with a number 10, he needs to drift wide, get further up the pitch. There's no point getting. He can't go any deeper, can he? Being goal, but then again, he probably wouldn't be worse than that. But he needs to basically shake that. Agbonso just stood next to him all game. Stuart Down stood next to him all game and done him in.
There is a question for you, because I know you've been a staunch defender of Steven Gerrard this season. If that's what you're saying, if that's the case, if we're having to play Henderson along there with him as a result of that, is that another example of us tailoring our team to a 34-year-old Steven Gerrard rather than finding another solution to the problem?
Of course it is, yeah. But
that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, no. I think he's still got it. Do you know what I mean? He's still skillful. He's still the heart of our team and the heart of our club. And I think it has taken him time in every role to basically grow into it. Now he's playing a different position to last season, so that in itself will take him time. It took him time to go into that defensive midfielder role on his own. It took him a few games. Look, we're 5 games into the season, and Gerrard's only played 5 times with Henderson in that shape team. So I think, in a 4 or 5 games time, he could have mastered it.
Yeah. My issue is, can he play? We discussed this again, didn't we? I don't think he can play every game. He can play. If he played last year, Chris, he played every Saturday or every Sunday. There was no midweek, was there? We were out the cups, we were in Europe. So are we going to play Gerrard Saturday, Wednesday? That's going to be...
Mike, it seems ludicrous, the idea that we could play Steven Gerrard in 50-odd games this season.
Well, we saw it against West Ham after he played Tuesday, Saturday or whatever. He may as well have not been there, as our Steve referred to him as a traffic cone, because people just went round him. So there was just no point in being there, and I think, worryingly, because we need to win on Saturday against West Brom, for me, that's more important than tonight.
Yeah.
And is is he going to be able to play then? Is he going to be the same? Is he?
I think the international break after West Brom, so he might just be able to get away with it. But that's the only issue. If I was picking my best 11 at the minute, I'm not 100% sure if Steven Gerrard's in it, I'll be honest.
Well, this is the thing as well, because they'll be managing him through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, if he's not, is that having an impact? You know what I mean? It's like the old, it was the Rolls Royce centre halves. What was he? Spurs.
Ledley
King.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? What's he not getting by not being? But if he's being managed, if he's not training properly,
well, okay, it's one thing to have the recovery, but if he can't play at the level required in the game, then you've got to think, is it worth? But I was just about to make a point. Is it a case of teams closing down Gerrard if he's playing as the player who's picking the ball up off the centre halves, or is it a case of we have to have someone doing that job anyway as a kind of as a middleman between? So even if Gerrard wasn't on the pitch and Alan was doing that job, would a team be saying, well, we'll stick him on Alan and just that'll shut him down?
I'd be confident of Lovren doing it, to be honest. I don't think his passing's that. I think he's a decent passer. The only thing, like, again, it seems like everyone keeps saying, play Gerrard in the big games and then rest him against every game.
Do the way around. Do the way around.
Yeah, I'd do the way around. But that's exactly what I was about to say. I'd rather do the way around. Against the lesser players in the bottom 10 in this country, Steven Gerrard will blitz them.
Yeah. Against that game against Fulham last year,
killed them.
Yeah.
Sorry. I want to go to the comments if you can find it, Chris.
A dungeon one.
Yeah.
Alok Dube, Chris, where are you? Wink twice if you need help. Looks like you're broadcasting from a dungeon. Are you being held against your will? I think that's a photo from Twitter that Tay's put up, to be honest, because we've got the bin in the background, the double decker, the plethora of bar stools around me and stuff like that. So, he's obviously seen that one. There's what?
Oh yeah, because it's being held by ISIS. That's what it is. It does. I've got a proper captive video feel to it. Like, Chris, again on the Gerrard thing, mate. I mean, there's clearly a point there. We're saying this about Steven Gerrard. I think if he can find that level, the level that he had in the derby.
Yeah.
If that's Steven Gerrard's the Steven Gerrard we want to see. You know what I mean? And it can't be underestimated that he scores the free kick, and I know people. I know the big Steven Gerrard detractors are saying all he does is set up goals via set pieces and score penalties.
Who else is doing that?
But exactly, but that fucking
that's set up a single goal by set piece this
season. Well, I know, yeah. So it's not even that. But what I mean is that's still making an important contribution to the side, particularly if we're not scoring goals in general.
Of course, yeah, if we're struggling from open play, Sturridge is out injured, we need people to step up at big moments and big games, and Steven Gerrard's proved over the years that he can do that, do you know what I mean?
I'm happy with him playing in Europe. I think he's made for Europe.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's
Do you know what was really interesting about the derby, and I don't think it was covered anywhere, and I saw it from where I was sat, is that I think it was Balotelli was going to take that free kick, or Henderson, and Brendan Rodgers actually whistled to Gerrard, because Gerrard was stood 5 yards behind the free kick, and pointed him out and said, you fucking take it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know whether his confidence is a little bit low, because he didn't want to take it.
That actually makes sense, because if you see the game, Brendan Rodgers turns around like that, doesn't he? Yeah. Like he's the fucking messiah.
He does that every goal, though, to be fair.
But that was kind of like, get on me, my decision to have Gerrard take that, so that makes perfect sense. Like,
listen, I love him. I think he's the best player I've ever seen play for Liverpool, and it's not even close. Suarez was kind of close, but he went here long enough.
Yeah.
So if you're talking longevity, he won his thing pretty much on his own.
Yeah.
I just think he needs to be managed, and you said it last time, Brendan Rodgers doesn't look like he's going to manage him. He looks like he's just going to keep playing him and playing him and playing him.
Yeah, interestingly, like Chris is meant to have a copy of the Echo tape, if you just pass it up to him, mate. That we could, because our pre-planned segment on this, because obviously Brendan Rodgers came out today, didn't he?
Are your selfies then?
Chris has got yeah. That's outstanding. Yeah, basically Brendan Rodgers was defending Steven Gerrard and his importance to Liverpool team in the wake of all this in the press and whatever. So Chris, if you want to go there,
just hold up the Echo and read the word superstar.
Yeah.
Excellent. Can I go back to the tweets here, because
just quote, take the Brendan Rodgers quote off the paragraph.
Brendan Rodgers believes the inspirational qualities of genuine superstar Steven Gerrard will prove crucial in Liverpool's Champions League clash with FC Basel.
Basel. You know what it's doing?
Honestly, mate, it couldn't be better.
Come on, Chris, what are you going to do?
Max Ambrose is watching from behind the cushion. #nervous.
What of the stream? I'm nervous for you lads. It could cut out at any point. You could say something that can't be taken back. Yeah, keep tweeting in your pictures of where you're watching the live stream from as well. And now it's time for another little plug for the FBAs. If you just joined us, it's Matchday Live, and we're the Redmen TV. We do videos. And we want to win for the second year on the Spin the Football Blogging Awards Best Video category. So I just follow, yeah, Dave.
Don't break it, Dave.
Don't break it. We'll have to definitely win it. Yeah, we won it last year. It was fantastic. It was the first thing we ever won. It was lovely.
It's worth winning,
and we won it to that camera, please, Mike.
Okay.
And we want to basically win it again. So the guide's up on screen. So just basically copy that and tweet it. On Twitter, these ways you can do it on Facebook. Just do it on Twitter now. If you've got your Twitter open, then go and do it now. Just tweet that and hashtag. Remember, you got to use hashtag video as well. We want to win. We're going to beat Arsenal Fan TV again this year. We're going to be full-time Devils again this year, but only with your help. So don't tweet it now, and obviously tweet about the TBT as well, but that's far less important. Yeah, so that'd be fantastic. We can go and do that. You can go and do that now. We'll wait for a moment while you do that. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Thanks very much. Chris, people complaining that you're not reading enough filth out in the comments. I think I saw.
It's basically all Payjack nudes again.
Everyone wants Payjack nude. We did see a nipple last time. Chris is under strict instructions to reveal no nipples on the show. And you know what? If you're disappointed with that,
fuck off. You're so wrong with you. Are you mad? Are you absolutely mental?
Steve's words, not mine.
Oh,
you saved me having to say them myself, which is nice. But yeah.
No offense.
Killjoy.
We'll be a nipple-free zone for now, unless we win, in which case we'll do it in the post-match stuff.
Redmen TV After Dark.
So just portal.com/the Redmen TV.
It's like it's the new topless darts, isn't it?
Pay extra for that.
We are live TV.
You need something for the After Dark one, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Pay extra for that.
Yeah.
There's some money for you.
Yeah.
Danger money.
Yeah. So yeah, do let us know your thoughts on Steven Gerrard as well. Tweet us at the Redmen TV in the comments alongside, because look, it's going to divide opinion. There's a growing number of voices, I think, saying it's time for Steven Gerrard to pack it up. I think the vast majority of that's just it's a nonsense. I don't think he's in great form. I personally have been disappointed with his overall form this season. But what winds me up, and it's just the nature of the internet, is this thing of just like Steven Gerrard's had a poor game. He's finished. His legs have gone. He's done. He can't do it anymore. Write him off. Get him out. Let's make him glue. You know.
Even that the 2-2 game against Villa last season, when it was like the second or third game that he played in that role before we went.
First, wasn't it? I think. Wasn't it?
Yeah. No, because he did it away at Stoke.
We went 4-2-4, didn't we? And just thought we were Achilles, and
yeah, and it just looks suicidal.
Oh, got a hand up from Payjack.
Yeah, Haldor Carvel. Are you not going to talk about Sakho like you said?
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's there, mate. Don't worry.
We'll come to it.
Yeah,
Come
we've
to
got
Sakho,
18 minutes
Haldor.
before we go live, 11 before the stream ends.
Thanks, mate.
Can I, Aldo? Chill out, lad.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. We'll come to that. Yeah. Carry on.
So yeah, he plays in that game against Villa. He looked shocking. He had Vyman on him all game, kind of inhibiting him from doing anything. And then I think that wasn't the next. It was either the next game or the game after that was the derby, and he was impeccable.
Yeah, and he got better and better in that role, didn't he? Like from then on. So I just think tales of Steven Gerrard's demise have been sort of greatly exaggerated.
I think people want Liverpool. I think Liverpool are desperate for. People are desperate for Rodgers to play a defensive midfielder. He's got no interest in playing a defensive midfielder at all. He hasn't bought one. People keep saying buy one. He's never done it. He's had 4 or 5 transfer windows. Doesn't want to buy one. Tried to sell Lucas, apparently doesn't want him. He doesn't want to play defensive midfielder. Rightly or wrongly, I think it can be wrongly at times. He doesn't want one, and he's the boss, and what he says goes. So if he wanted one, we'd have one by now. So everyone's saying, where's your Schneidlins and your MVs and whatever, you got Wanyama. He obviously doesn't want one. He wants someone in there to do what Gerrard does. And if Gerrard plays like he did in the derby, he's well worth having. Because those diagonal balls are almost indefensible. There's not teams that can't do nothing about them. If the problem is, if the teams are getting at Gerrard and they're marking out the game, the manager has to have the ball to take them off.
Yeah, I think it's as well making it, and I know a player that you certainly are a fan of is one Jordan Henderson, and it's the fear of exactly. It's the fear that are we limiting what he can offer to the team by having to play him deeper if he needs to cover alongside Steven Gerrard?
Yes, I think we saw what Hendo was good at last season, playing on the side of the diamond. because he makes them runs in, as Chris was talking about before, and we were saying if Balotelli plays up front, he needs someone getting in behind him. Henderson in that position or further up the pitch would do that for you, because he's naturally, his first instinct is to get in the box.
Yeah.
So with him playing the deeper role, it's like when he played for England in the World Cup, you don't notice he's in the game really, because he's running around and he's doing lots of tackling and playing a simple pass, but he's not having an impact.
What
on
you
the
want
game.
to see, look at the World Cup, the Italy game, the first 5 minutes when Jordan Henderson's pressing in the final, in the last third of the pitch, that's what I want to see. Personally, I want to see Jordan
Tottenham game, mate, when he wins the ball to pitch and we score off it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that's what you want. And like I say, I think the manager, if Gerrard isn't playing well, does he have the balls? I don't know if he talks like he should, like he does. Is he gonna? Why not sub him off? Why did he play 90 minutes against West Ham? It was a joke.
Yeah.
He was terrible.
Yeah,
But
completely. Right, go on.
Yeah, at James Francis, even Balotelli is enjoying the stream, and you can just pick him out right down there.
That is brilliant.
Just perched on the table. In fact, he's got the red light up his arse, the dirty bugger. He's loving it, isn't he?
Tip top Photoshop
Too
of
sad
birthday.
before
Is any more people voted?
Loads of people have voted. We'll get some quick thank yous in now.
Yeah.
Colin Sharp, thank you very much. Tommy Keenley, Ryan. He didn't actually vote. Are they Adidas Vespers that Paul has on there? I think I have the same shoes.
These are, I can't remember what make these are, Adidas.
The Gazelles then.
Yeah, the type of, no.
The Gazelle OGs.
The Adidas are fucking expensive.
Oh no, they're not.
Carry on.
Matt Cummins, Roy, and Daniel Barry, thank you very much for your vote. It's greatly appreciated. And Charlie at Papadas_MC.
Yeah, brilliant. Do keep your votes coming in for the FBs.
FBs.
And Ryan, go and vote. Do it now.
Go and vote. Do it now. Yeah, thanks very much. Keep your pictures coming in the way you're watching the stream again, of course. Chris, you want to just nip back over to the comments? I think a couple of people, I saw one from about Gerrard, and then...
Yeah, there's a good one about Gerrard, actually.
Maybe I'll do Sakho.
Oh,
And it's
no.
gone. It's gone.
Gerrard
Gone
needs to score more touchdowns. Yeah, American, nice.
That isn't the real Dan Radcliffe, that was it? He went in.
No, he's here. I've even got the scar.
Just like Chris, page up nudes, that's what we want to see. We'll come back
Is
to
this
it.
live? Oh, right. I didn't know it was live.
Yeah, there we go. If you're watching, there you go. There's your comments. Thanks very much for bringing them all in. It's gone. It was a good point about Gerrard anyway. Let's talk about Sakho, because we promised we would. Mike, I mean, Mamadou Sakho. Let's just focus on the walkout the weekend first and foremost, because I was on randomly enough on Canadian radio over the weekend discussing this.
What was that about?
Yes. Basically, saying what's the thinking on it, and I'm very much of the opinion that if he doesn't, he can fuck off basically. If that's his attitude, if he doesn't want to stick around, then he can get off. We don't want him at Liverpool Football Club. Now he's apologised, and that's fine, because if you everyone, we all do stupid things, etc., etc. Where do you stand on?
You don't walk out on the team, is my opinion. I like Sakho. I think it's unfair that he keeps getting bombed out of the team. But there must be. I think there's something going on in training, because Rodgers clearly has as soon as he gets the opportunity, he takes him back out again.
Well, the fact that he's bought Lovren, he's clearly a left-sided centre-half. It screams that Sakho's not first choice.
You want people who are committed and people who are upset when they're left out of the team. Of course you do, because that shows the passion. But to walk out is just petulant and stupid. And yeah, he's apologised, so fair dues. He's held his hands up. It's interesting when
he's now out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's the truth behind that? Is this his punishment? If it is fair play, because Rodgers has clearly made a point and said, "Don't fuck with me."
Yeah.
Or is he genuinely injured? We'll never know.
Yeah. Conspiracy theories will abound. I prefer conspiracy theories because they're far more entertaining. That he's probably currently sweeping the stands at Anfield just to earn his wage.
No, listen, it's mad. Rodgers obviously has something going on, because I think it was Torre got on the bench ahead of him, and I've seen people say, well, maybe it's because Manquillo played a lot of games and maybe Torre can do a job at right back as well. He covers 2 positions, which again is understandable. And if that's the manager's thinking, I don't really get it, but fair enough. But I think Sakho just got off. Now, I made a point. What happens if Lovren does his hamstring in training? In the warm-up. Yeah. So Torre's called onto the pitch. We've got no centre-half on the bench. He would have, the policy would have been get Sakho out the stands onto the bench. Yeah. That's what he'd have done. Yeah. And he's gone home. Now, he's been left out, he'll get fined, and rightly so. And like I say, again, the injury thing, it brings a cloud over it, doesn't it, whether he is or not. But he'll know he fucked up, he'll be fine. The manager hopefully will have told him. He gets punished, and rightly so, and then hopefully that's the end of it. to me, I hope I'm wrong, because again, I'd pick him. I think all our centre-halves are much of a muchness, and they're all pretty average, all three of them, Tory's worst. But I wouldn't be surprised if we sell them.
Yeah.
I think January or the summer, I genuinely wouldn't come as a big shock if we sold them.
In France.
Yeah, and someone will take him, and he'll do well, he will, and
it's just a shame with the money we spent. I'm sorry, because you found that Gerrard comment before we got back to Sakho.
Finally found that Gerrard comment. Simon Leary, I think Gerrard could play in a similar role to Totti. Got such a footballing brain. Lampard also shows older people can find space, and we all know how he can pass a ball.
Older people can find space in sheltered accommodation.
I've got a bit of space here. I'm quite happy. Yeah, I found this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't let Lampard in here though, would we?
No.
That's an interesting one.
We'll
Just briefly then, we'll come back to Sakho in a second. We've got a few minutes before the game kicks off. I actually like that shout more. And I think I've said this at the time. I'd rather see Gerrard playing behind the front. You know what I mean, trying to orchestrate things up the pitch rather than sitting deep. Although I think the case is still, do we have anyone to actually play that position?
mate, he's dead slow. And our attacking.
But Frank Lampard's dead slow. Yeah, but it's about how you arrive.
It is. But
sorry, Steve. Go on.
Yeah, shut up, Steve.
You've got an opinion.
I don't even know what I'm going to say.
You've voiced it very loudly and clearly.
I think yes, he could play further up the pitch, and I think we've seen Gerrard over the years has been an attacking midfielder. When other managers, when he was younger, tried to play him defensive, it didn't work. But the problem is, our game supposedly is high pressing up the pitch, where the players in them positions are meant to run the bollocks off, and if Gerrard does that,
but let him run his bollocks off for fucking 25 games a season and see what happens.
It's 25 minutes is my worry, and then then he's blown out of his arse, and you lose him. Then the game will go by him.
So you've seen a comment that says "fuck Green Bay Packers."
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, sorry, but look, we've probably done a bit too much on Gerrard all told here, but we'll tell. If he has a worldie today, all the problems go away, at least until the weekend. Hopefully. So we'll see. But Sakho, at the minute, it doesn't look when he plays. I think he's a terrific player, and I think of the Sakho that I saw for France in the World Cup, who looked fantastic. I haven't seen that Sakho play for Liverpool yet. You know, he looks edgy every time he gets the ball. The difference between Lovren, I think you're right there. I think our centre backs are all at a reasonably similar sort of level ability wise. But when Lovren and Scale are on the pitch, you pass the ball to them and they don't look like they're about to have a heart attack. Whereas Sakho just looks ungainly at it. But I think his passing's really good. I think when he's running with it, Davies,
is it not just his technique? It looks more ungainly than...
I don't know, maybe, but it looks like it takes him two touches to do something that all the centre-halves do one.
I mean, the Man City game away last season, I remember seeing him and thinking, he's going to lose us this game here, he's going to throw something away. But there's not too many other times where I've looked at him and gone, well, okay, not that you've looked at, but you know what I mean, like, there's not too many times when you've looked at him and gone, he's thrown that away there. He's given the ball away. He's touched.
Did you watch West Ham?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But he doesn't seem as he doesn't strike me as bad as he seems.
Yeah. Well, look, he's good. And there's a comment there. Chris said one last one. I think he shouldn't be sold. The bottom.
Yeah, it's Ravs. It's at the bottom. I'll move it to the top. Sakho shouldn't get sold. He's young, and I would give him a few more chances.
Yeah, definitely.
He's only a year younger than Lovren, though.
That's a good point. Actually, Lovren doesn't feel as raw as Sakho actually does when you look. Time's going to tell on this, right? Kick-off time for the players are out on the pitch. We're going to wrap it up, but I do want to know your score predictions. And don't forget, thank you very much, Chris, to tune back in at half-time for half-time live. We'll be tweeting the link out, but you can check it out. It'll be on youtube.com/the Redmen TV. Of course, and we'll be bringing all of our opinions on the first half, etc, etc. So do tune in for that. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And if you like Redmen TV, go and vote for us in the FBAs. We'll be doing plenty of plugging in this. We'll do it now anyway, so at least you can be like, fine, I've done it, Paul, chili beans. So yeah, thanks very much to everyone. Very much good work over there on social media, wall, corner, dungeon/ISIS prison. Good luck to the mighty Reds over in Switzerland as well. As I say, we'll see you back here in 45 minutes time.